were almost perfect. Please welcome Ricky Pope and Lynn Andrews.
Hi everyone. I'm a little embarrassed because I haven't seen Lynn yet, and we were going to sing really the most beautiful love song, and it's very sad. Of course, you know, you're not surprised.
My bad. I set my alarm. AM and PM, so I'm here.
It's all right, Lynn. I already explained it. It's like, really, nobody expects you to be on time.
What?
Come on, please, you're never on time for anything.
Are you being serious?
Totally serious.
Oh my god, Ricky Pope has another reason to be righteously indignant. Oh my god.
That's really not fair, because, you know, you're so late all the time.
Well, that's fine. Guys, Ricky's complaining, can you believe it? Whoa! It's nuts.
You know, like, if I could, I would give you a fine. But that would really just be silly because really the only of the ensemble gets fines. Well, somebody had to say it.
Well, nobody's perfect. I am human, so are you.
Nobody's perfect. Here is what we ought to plan to do. Let's make a list of irritating habits that we think the other person has.
Then once we know our irritating habits,
I like the drift of this.
we can correct them.
As for example, now please don't be offended, but because these things exist, I have taken the little liberty of fixing up a little list. Now you're sure you don't mind?
Oh, I am absolutely sure.
Well, I think that's very big of you.
Well, you see, dear, it just so happens that I have a little listing too. A pair of socks does not represent the end of the civilized world. You're out of socks, believe me when I say that there's bound to be a more effective way to get them washed than to stand in your drawers in the middle of the kitchen screaming, "Someone has stolen my socks!" Whatever.
This is a piece of paper. This is a column which, as you see, I have placed on the piece of paper. This is a list of receipts and bills, what we may call household expense, which I have entered along this line, forming a business-like design inside the column which I prepared on the piece of paper. This is a total of all those bills. It represents a month's expense, the whole outlay in checks and cash which went for the rent and the corned beef half. In short, the sum and net result of all the figures inside the column which I prepared upon the piece of paper. Now this, as you know, is a statement from the bank. It must be compared to the total result of all the figures inside the column if we are to know in terms of cost just how much money we've made or lost. In short, how far we've come or gone. What I'm trying to say is, honey, you're overdrawn. Again.
You chew in your sleep.
Do what?
You chew. You go like this.
I don't.
You do.
I've never done that one time in my life.
Darling, please remember I'm your wife. You chew in your sleep. You do it frequently.
But that's absolutely awful.
I quite
are always late.
You are always early.
We're totally dressed and ready to go. I open the door, but do we make it? No. It's where are my gloves, my gloves, my gloves, and where is my purse, my purse, my purse? Where are my keys? Where is my hat? Where is my this? Where is my that? If I protest, it only makes it worse. Hat and gloves, keys and purse, pain in the neck, terrible curse. And I would simply like to state that if there's one thing that I hate, it's the terrible, horrible habit you have of always being late.
This one's good. When I start to tell a story, an amusing anecdote I've read, when I start to tell a funny story, I get flustered cause I know what lies ahead. It always happens when I start to tell a story. It makes no difference where we're at. When I get where that joke should be, you say it just ahead of me. I mean to say it drives me mad.
You give me Russian dressing, which I happen to detest.
Up north, you grab the morning papers and you take the part that's best.
Oh yeah, every night since we've been wed, you've worn cold cream into bed. Every night beneath the sheet, must you look like trick or treat?
Well, nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect.
I am human, so are you. Nobody's perfect, nobody's perfect. Here is what we ought to plan to do. You take my list and see if you can do